What's going on? Move the Mouse back in City Skylines, Season 12, Episode number 12? 12 and 12? I believe? Pretty sure. So, what are we up to today? Well, I think it's probably been driving some people crazy. Let me do this. Let's, I was in here messing around with the time settings. Let's, quick look at our water problem before we pan over too far away. Is this availability-wise? We'll drop in another water treatment plant, not water treatment, water pump, whatever. We haven't put this underwater yet. Maybe at some point we will. And we should probably step up our sewage at the same time. So we'll do that real quick to just barely get us in the green. We're not worried about growth today. I should be worried about growth, but I want to finish this campus. And it's probably been driving some people crazy that I was doing stuff like this to increase attractiveness when I could have been dropping in actual schools, which is kind of the point. So I want to come in over here. We're going to move this out entirely. It's going to hurt our population a little bit. But I want to make room for the schools, and I thought we could do that right over here. So we're going to move pretty much everybody out of here, at least from those interior streets. That's satisfying to just do the bulldozer. You could just wait for them to de-zone, but that's fun. So what do I want to do is I'm going to come in here. We're going to get rid of that zoning. We may as well do that now before I forget. Certainly on the interior zones, 100%. We'll come back and maybe consider letting some people stay, but I don't think so. Schools over here. That's Parks and Plazas. Schools is over here. It's the book. I should open one more often so that I'll know what the icons are. We haven't dropped in these last three buildings that we've unlocked, which are the actual... Oh, I haven't unlocked this one yet. I forgot. I was doing a test build to see to slide some stuff around, and I do unlock it very soon, hopefully. But let's do this. So this one, see how this orients lengthwise? So we don't want to tie up all that space. We want to kind of fit these in a little bit better. So I want to bring this down as close as I can to the street. Right about there. Right before it doesn't let me bring it any further over, because I want to get these roads in just right. So I'm going to come over here. We don't have anarchy on or anything like that. Default road rules. And geez, remember road rules? Anybody? We want to get this road right next to the building itself. And then what we'll do is we'll come in here with another one. We can't get any closer than that, right? That's... yeah, okay. Right there. So we'll do this. Create a three-way intersection up here. And I think we're going to break that to disconnect and remove the need for that intersection. We don't want too many too frequently, especially on a main road like this. It's carrying a lot of traffic in and out of the area. Now I think we may need to get rid of this as well. Let's see. Hold on a second. We're moving all these people out. It doesn't matter. I just saw somebody complain about noise. Well, guess what? No complaints now. Can't hear anything. You don't live here anymore. All right, so we've got this thing here. The other building, let me see here. We may want to drop in building 2 and then see what we actually want to do for the third on spacing. That slots in pretty well there. It's longer than this, so I actually want to put it on that road. So let's see if we can do this. We can. It'll just barely let us zone there. But we could carry a road up that way as well. And maybe just around the building, some kind of back service alley or something like that. We'll drop the last building. I think it fits in this slot. Hopefully it should be the same width. Except if I recall, the short side is what's actually facing the street. So we'll put that on the main road. So we can separate the entrances of these three buildings just a little bit. Now you could rotate this with Move It. We'll pay to do it the legit way. But see where the arrow is? That's where the entrance is. So I want to kind of focus some of the traffic together on this main road, right? So you have these three giant schools. I didn't even talk about what they are, but these three giant schools, one is going to have its entrance right here. One has its entrance there, and the other has its entrance this way. So I think that will work. We may even slide this over and do a little plaza in here perhaps, but we'll see what we have room for. In the meantime, let's double check. Actually, no, because I just said, let's talk about these two things. School of Law. Law students get internships, and cities cracking down on crime. There was a better description in the actual item. What is it specifically? Crime rate and police department upkeep is reduced. So you spend less for police and less crime. That's not a bad thing. This one is the School of Medicine. So that's the second building we dropped in back here. There are actually some really nice looking buildings. That one, better healthcare throughout the city. I'm pretty sure with this in place, we won't need the medical center monument. We could just do good coverage. That one tends to be really expensive to run, and I find that just having decent hospital coverage and something like this is, which is going to help extend it even more. I don't know. I don't feel so strong about the medical center monument as I do about some of the others. Certainly, recycling and Eden Project being two of my favorite. So we've got something going on over here. We've also got a lot of roads. I could change these over into footpaths to buy us a little bit of space. Let's take a look here. Where are we at? So we've got plenty of students. We've got plenty of attractiveness. And hopefully we're funding. We didn't fund any academic works. Hopefully it doesn't matter that we did it so late in the year. Let's go 3 times. Let's go three times speed. Disconnected power grids. Who's complaining about power? Who is complaining about power? It's saying disconnected power grids. Let's take a look at our power. Electricity, plenty of availability. Whatever. Okay. How close are we on academic year? Pretty close. We could be funding our varsity sports a little bit better. You know, we're taking the rest of the university seriously enough, I think. How are we doing budget-wise? We got enough we can spend a little bit of money. What do you want to do? About 1,000 on cheerleading? Halfway up? You know, prove your worth, and then we'll see. We'll do the same thing with the coaching staff. We'll come about halfway up. Coach said, what's the top 25? Yeah, 12. Okay. That works. See if that does anything for the academic life, the quality of academic life, or the happiness in the city. Really, it's going to affect that more than anything. We could do things like student healthcare, free lunch, visiting scholars, education. There's other things, advertisement campaigns. We'll take a look at these. Right now, I just want to get us hopefully to that next level, which academic works is really the only thing that's going to hold us back here. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get there right here at the end of the academic year. Prestigious. That's what we were looking for. So we got our academic works. We maintained our student count and campus attractiveness. We are all set. In fact, we can get rid of some of those. For sure, we can get rid of some of those extra book clubs and stuff. Chess, University, School of Science, Science Center. Wow. Let's see if I remember all this. Academic Statue, Chess Club, Media. Where's Science Center? I feel like that's somewhere else. Some of our museums. Okay, so this one, the School of Science. Let's slot that in first. Like I was saying, I think that's going to fit perfect. It's the same size lengthwise as the other building. It just happens to be oriented the other way. So does it make more sense to have this on the street, or does it make more sense to kind of come into this area? You know, we can't really fit it that way. We could tunnel the highway, but I think I'm going to do it this way. But those three kind of fit nicely on that grid. So let's consider again, you know, sort of what this looks like. Wish I could move that around a little bit more precisely on I thought there was a way. I'll have to double check if I remap something. I'm pretty sure I remapped one of my mouse buttons that doesn't allow me to move the camera around the way I want. So front entrance here, right? That's the School of Science. Again, here I am dropping stuff in without talking about the effect. That's really the benefit of these buildings in the universities. I remember, again, I think the trade school is my favorite, but School of Science increases income from all specialized industries while reducing city pollution and electricity consumption. So I think that affects city pollution and electricity consumption regardless of whether or not you have specialized industry, I hope. We could look at that real quick. Could look at this real quick. That's not good. Welcome to Honu. First entrance off the first entrance into the city off the highway. Pretty much tells the story of what to expect with my maps. Should we see this at night? There we go. Grab your marshmallows. All right, well, fires aside, what else did we unlock up here? I know I'm going to forget to drop stuff in, so maybe we could think about shimmying some stuff around here. So we don't need all the roads. In fact, I wonder if this is really necessary at all. Let's daylight. That was fun for a minute. See the fire going. Keep an eye on that in the background. Make sure it doesn't spread. Let me know in the comments if it does, and it'll be too late. But enjoy the show in the background there. So let's see if we can figure out where we can shimmy stuff around. Let's delete these roads. Right? I don't want cars coming in through here. Let's pause. Math Club. Whistle Club. Groundskeeping. We also have way too much student capacity right now, so we're going to get rid of the math clubs. Or at least a few of them. I feel like there's another one in here somewhere. What was this one? That's the math club. Okay. So we can get rid of this one too. Here, just... Yes. So redundant extra buildings are gone. If we run a footpath through here, is this gonna just save us right there? University, all the way back at the beginning. Let's do a tree lined and see if we can get right in the center there. And that fixes everything. That's perfect. We'll still look at moving some stuff around. Let's see what else we have to drop in though. Oh, better yet, here I am hitting the wrong buttons all over the place. Look at our student capacity, right? Okay. So what are we worried about? Campus attractiveness is too low. We're going to fix that in a minute. We're very close, but we're going to delete some stuff because we have a capacity of 8,500 out of a demand of about 2,500. So we're wasting a lot of resources there in all these dormitory buildings. Problem is, I think we're going to move out a bunch of students unless we can find particular buildings that happen to have lower capacity. See how they're all spread out? It's about 80 in each building. So I think we're going to have to get rid of some students. Maybe we can shut these buildings off. Let's shut them off first. These three right here, maybe. 92, of course, that one has the most. Let's shut those three off before we delete anything. Let's let it run at 3 times speed for a little bit. And let's look at what we have to slot in here. So, university, way down here towards the end are schools. We definitely didn't do academic statue 2. Chess club. Media lab. I'm pretty sure we have the bookstore, right? So let's just double check that. Bookstore is here. It is. So let's figure out our media lab size. I think that's one of the biggest buildings that we've got left. Got the chess club over here for now. And then we'll throw the statue over here as well, just to space things out. Now, the other thing was it a museum? Yeah, it is. The Science Center. A unique institution. Hang on a second. Wait, whoa. Before I forget, let's keep doing academic works just because. Scientific study. Get us something good. So back in here, what does the Science Center get us? Oh, so additional academic works increases the city attractiveness. Can be placed anywhere in a city, can be placed only once. So, can we get it right there? Where can we get it? Where can we get it? Maybe we extend this. Maybe we can put it right here. Let's see. Can we fit it in right there? That would be perfect. Oh, kind of close. So close, in fact. And we're just going to cheat it. Should probably put a fence in there or something to keep people safe. But for right now, that should do the trick. So where can we move some stuff around? We can definitely get rid of these. It looks like they're moving out. They're not entirely getting the hint, unfortunately. So do we risk our reputation level? Maybe. Have we moved everything in already, though? So I think we're good there. I don't think it matters as much. So what is this building? That's the cafeteria. It's surrounding by dormitories. Okay. Now, we do have this little bit of a loop here, road-wise, but we don't need to be wasting all this space with all these cross streets and stuff. This could be footpaths that connect through here. Then again, if this came down through here, this would probably make more sense. So let's connect this through. Okay. So let's just bulldoze them. We'll move some stuff around. So could we do Science Center down here, maybe? That would probably be a little bit better, right? Let's move it legit. Science Center, move. So it will fit there. I think it would work here. And then I'm going to mess around with the terrain a little bit. I'm going to flatten based on that area that it's on. I'm going to do that very aggressively for the whole block. And then let's smooth outside of it. Something like that. So it's a little bit less awkward, kind of how it pops out of the terrain. That works. Capacity-wise, where are we at? Are we still above where we need to be? So we've cut our capacity a bit without drastically reducing, or actually I think increasing our count there, which is good. Wow, we are so close. I just realized how close we are to 36,000. That is amazing. How bad was our fire up here? Not too terrible. Where can we move some people in? I think it might be time. I really am thinking industry here. So I don't want to get residents in too close. I want to at least have a harbor here that connects this highway through into the industrial area. And we'll look at making that a little bit more efficient of a cut through at some point. We could also kind of extend this. Let's see what kind of noise the harbor's going to make. What is that going to be under? Industry? No. Transport? Shipping? Cargo hub? So yeah, I mean, that's going to kind of destroy that entire area up to the highway. But right over here would be okay to start thinking about maybe we'll flatten a little bit, a couple tiers here. Do something like that. Kind of go halfway in the middle here. And then let's just smooth these out real quick. And don't forget the base of our mountain. I don't know, I think we could do something like that. We'll have a little town here, right? I want to have a very sparsely populated southeastern part of the island, but I think we can definitely have something going on over here. So let's get this in first, and then we'll draw kind of a line where we don't want residential. What can we do here? I think we should look at water structures and a straight quay wall. Kind of runs where it will let us, at least. That's not bad. I think that could work. Now, if you're playing on console or if you're playing without mods, you're going to want to bring the terrain maybe from your road out, flatten a piece of terrain, then bring your road out. But this is just, it's all too easy to do with mods after the fact. I do want to bring this kind of in a little bit and try and hook it that way. So let's see what it'll let us do. You know, something like that, like a funky little bend. And then down here, let's kind of do the same thing. Let's just bring it in to the beach. Get it as close as you can. And then do we raise this up at all? No, let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it sits like on the water there. Now for this, I want it to be on that straight shot, but we also need to consider we're gonna have to move our road a little bit because we need to hook this piece of road in, and we need to think about where we're bringing train tracks over. But that's a later consideration. So let's do this. We'll delete a bit of the road on either side so that we can hook it in a little bit more naturally. And then let's just build a regular road completely parallel. Let's go out to the end on either side. Let's come out, what, 5 nodes on either side? 5 units, right? So we get that middle line. And then let's see how these connect. That's actually okay. I can deal with that. And then let's connect this highway back up now. It was the national road, or the 1 lane each way highway. Let's okay, let's do this. So where's the majority of the traffic going to be coming from? Well, we hope it's going to be coming from over this way. They're going to come on through, they're going to come on that way. I think that's the way for this to make sense. So there is a mod called, I think, Touch It, that allows you to change these roads that are built in. But effectively, you can do the same thing, albeit reducing it down to 1 lane, by making the only way in and out of this road a 1 lane, 1 directional road. So we should be good there. Let's get water to it. I thought I had watered this entire coastline, but I guess not. We should probably think about that. So that as we build up off here, we've at least got some pipes we can piggyback up. Piggyback off of? You knew where I was going with that. We'll just run a real basic set of pipes all the way around the outer edge for now. Totally wasteful, really. But just a reminder that we can fill the rest of this framework in at some point. Where are we at? 35,400. Okay, we gotta move some people in. So let's get this connected real quick. What was this? Is that regular road? Okay, hold on a second. National highway, right? National road. Upgrade. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. What if we did one on the other side like that? What does that look like? I kind of like it. So let's turn that force off. And now we'll go underground to speed up this road. We'll come back up top and upgrade that last segment. But I kind of like how that tunnels in a little bit better. We could make it a little bit more natural, I think. So if you grab, well, kind of cheating, right? But what's the node that it's trying to connect to is up here. Do I have to go underground for this one? Regular road, underground. Is it that node that I need to move? Yeah. Does that look any better? A little bit less steep into the mountain. I'll tweak that. I'll fix that later. Don't crash, game. Please don't crash. Let's just get this connected. Doesn't really matter right at the moment. Let's do highways And let's bring the traffic one way. Right, like maybe to there. And we'll just have the traffic coming back on that way. It's not super efficient. We're not going for anything remarkable here. We're just looking to get it connected, potentially the industrial zone. This is going to be probably a point of congestion now, but we'll see. We'll find some ways to move some stuff around. Speaking of points of congestion, or should we say ports of congestion, can you wait till the last boat is even finished offloading until you... Whatever, okay. Hey, people, we got to move people in. We got to move people in. Come on, mouse. We're losing population. Where did I flatten? Right over here. Let's take a look at that noise now that that is hopefully generating some. So I think if we come out right to the middle of that, where that Franklin district name is, should be totally fine. So let's see. Still prestigious. We lost our campus attractiveness, and did I not get it back up over? Hang on, I'm sorry. That's a camera movement. Okay, yeah, we're over. We just lost attractiveness. We didn't lose enough. We have a lot of students. That's good. And our attractiveness is just over. That's great. Let's move those people in now for like the 17th time, mouse. Come on. Okay, so right here, we want to minimize the number of intersections that we have on something like a highway road like this. But let's take a look here. Can I do this with... On PC, you can. Let me do something like that. See how that all connects. Not too bad. I'm not crazy about that. It seems to be a little finicky about that. I feel like console doesn't do that as often. But I will cheat and force it to the ground where I can. So we can kind of flatten on either side. See how we don't have a lot of zoning because of the... Well, we don't lose it all. But we definitely lose some of it. What are we, 3 squares back there? So let's try and smooth around the road a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn my strength way down, or at least maybe to 1/3. And smooth this out. Especially down over here by the road. Okay, now if we go back into roads and we take a look. See, it doesn't automatically update the zoning. But if we change the road, now we've got consistent zoning all the way down there. We're certainly better than it was. And then we can swap this all back to regular road. Doesn't cost us anything at that point. So let's see. Can we get one more street in behind there? Probably. Probably makes sense on that flat part. We're going to build up here a little bit at some point. But let's just get some people moving in. We'll use that as kind of our red line where we know that we're going to be getting into noise over on this side. And over here, this is totally fine to be really tight grids. We'll bring that one in a bit. I'll make sure those roads are not connecting and not allowing traffic to traverse through. So we've got a couple intersection points. We've got some absolutely crazy houses that will be on the edge of the hill there and only zoning on certain sides. Maybe this is a neighborhood that is going to be enough to push us over. We're not going to move people in on that side. We talked about that already, but I forgot. So a little crazy the zoning over here. Hopefully we get to move in enough people as a result. But we'll do that. Let's let it hit play. Let's get some water up into the neighborhood there. And let's give them some reasons to be over here. Right now, there's not a lot of incentive. So if we go into regular schooling, since we're a little bit more spaced out over here, and since we're about to unlock monuments, I guess it doesn't really matter. This does help the area though, right? So we'll do school, high school, fire, police, and what am I forgetting? Healthcare. Healthcare is important too. I can't throw that down here, so can we, where can we cram this? Maybe we'll do that on this side. So that should give people some incentive to come move in on this side of the island, hopefully. It looks like we need some more jobs, though, to really get that growth going. So where can we build some commercial pockets? This is getting a little slow over here. We'll have to think about that. You know what? Maybe it would make sense instead of highway right here, right? For this to be at least one commercial strip. So roads, let's do upgrade to right there. And maybe we have like a commercial pocket up in here. All right, I think that's a pretty good spot to split this episode up. It got a little bit longer in recording. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to trim it down to one episode. If you're hearing this, it's because I couldn't. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, likes, comments, shares, they are all so greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. If you'd like to support the channel, links to that and lots of other things in the description down below. But until the next one, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.